Welcome back to Bay Area Focus. With us now are Monica Perique and Hector Estrada from Partnerships for Trauma Recovery. Thanks for coming on the show. All right, so Partnerships for Trauma Recovery, we'll call it PTR for short,
Sure.
right? Tell me about the nonprofit.
Sure. So we are, our work is focused on helping international survivors of human rights abuses heal from the trauma that they experience. So we provide mental health care for refugees, asylees, and asylum seekers here in the Bay Area.
What are some of the abuses they've encountered?
So many of our clients are survivors of war, just general war trauma, also torture. Some are human trafficking survivors, but also other forms of violence based on, persecution based on identity, sexual orientation, political beliefs. So it can involve sexual and gender-based violence, that kind of thing.
And what do you do to help them?
We provide mental health care to individuals and families as well as groups. So we're really helping them for the first time often speak about the incredibly horrific experiences that they've had. And the idea is that the emotional well-being of these survivors of human rights abuses is so critical to their ability to move forward in their lives.
Is it hard to reach out to these people or to try and get them to come and talk to you?
That's a good question. We actually have many community-based partners in the Bay Area. So partners who either are attorneys that work with asylum seekers, for example, or others that are working with refugees in the resettlement process. And so we will receive referrals from them. So we opened our new Mosaic Healing Center in Berkeley about 2 months ago. And we already have 50 clients and 10 more waiting. So there's just such a tremendous need here in the Bay Area.
Yeah, it sounds like there is a great need. Hector, you're a former client?
Yes, I am from Oakland.
Okay, tell me your story.
My story, I moved in here when I was teenager to U.S. and asked for political asylum.
So you came here from where?
From Mexico.
Okay.
From Mexico, yeah. And I found help for them and therapy and helped me to guide me my life.
Was it tough? I mean, what did you experience that you needed help with?
My brother, he passed away, and he was happy, and I was illegal at that time, and it was so difficult for me, and I got all this experience in my life starting coming, like make me sick, and I said I need to get out for this, and I called them, and I asked, and I need help, because I was mental, emotional, like really sick.
Right, there really is a relationship between mental well-being and physical well-being, right?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah. You expand on that a little bit, and
sure.
how helping the mental part can help with the physical. I mean, Hector was getting physically ill.
Exactly, yeah. So many times psychological symptoms or psychological suffering can show up in the body. We know that there's a connection between the mind and the body. And so sometimes there may not even be awareness about what's happening emotionally, but physically, it can be such a variety of different things. It could be, severe headaches. I had a client once who talked about her feet were burning. Her feet were burning, and I think, she was a refugee, so it's probably, somewhat clear why she was having those symptoms. But she was making multiple trips to the doctor to try and figure out what was wrong. And of course, this was a psychological cause for her suffering. So it really can cause ongoing physical pain, in addition to the direct physical impacts of the trauma that people have suffered.
And Hector, you talked about being physically ill, and then you got help. How did PTR help?
Because I never talked with anybody. I remember when I was happened to me all these things. I remember I was walking in the street and I lost my mind and I said, where I am? And nobody knows, only myself. Mm-hmm. And I called them, and the first time when I went there, I started crying. And she saw me, I was very damaged, and I said, I really need help, because I was thinking I was losing my mind and my spirit, too.
Mm-hmm. And they helped you find that?
Yeah, they helped me
find your spirit back.
A lot.
And now?
I'm a completely different person now, and this is why I'm here to support, and teach people, when they're feeling like that, they need ask for help.
Yeah. But now you're running, what, a successful salon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, I never knew, you know, I'm going to be owner the salon. And what I found it too in therapy, I am teacher.
Yeah.
I found that I like to teach.
Through therapy, you found you were a natural teacher.
Natural teacher, you know, I teach in hair and I teach in prayer happiness and I teach happiness and I teach now like
Yeah, that's
this.
great. That is a success. That's great. Thank you so much for sharing that story with us.
You're welcome.
Hector.
Thank you. It's my pleasure. You know, I feeling very fortunate to living here in the Bay Area with so many sophisticated people.
Yeah. Well, you are truly a success story. So, Hector, thank you so much. Monica, thank you also. And for more information on Partnerships for Trauma Recovery, just log on to traumapartners.org. Again, that's traumapartners.org. Up next, we have an organization offering an innovative approach to help those in need. We'll be right back.